Hello everyone, I am Wei-Sin and my partner is Sim-Yu. We are Team Nanyang B and are from Nanyang Primary School. Today, we will be presenting our experience with RCAP CoSpace Rescue Challenge FirstSteps. We are both in Primary 5 this year and both live in Singapore. This is our second CoSpace competition. In our first RoboCup competition, we got second place. While Sim-Yu has a website showing his robotic interests, I have coded some robots in real life. The main task for the preliminary challenge was to program the robot to collect objects and deposit them into deposit zones to earn as many points as possible. We also had to avoid traps along the way. We were in CoSpace Rescue FirstSteps. The main problem we faced was the robot had trouble getting to the deposit zones. The objectives of the preliminary challenge mission were to search for the three types of objects, which were red, cyan, and black objects, and to collect them and deposit said objects into the orange collection boxes to receive points. If we collected all three types of objects, we would get extra points. However, we had to avoid traps as all objects carried will be lost when entering a trap. These traps are dark blue areas surrounded by yellow borders. While we were doing our initial testing, we made algorithms to maximize the time spent on collecting objects and developed algorithms to avoid traps. Our main problems were maximizing the item collection, as the robot did not want to go where the items were, getting to the deposit zone without landing in traps, while getting to the deposit zone quickly and efficiently. Although our code could get to the deposit zones in a reasonable amount of time, it did not amass a lot of points, as the robot tended to not pick up many objects. As the objects picked up in the special zone gave you more points, we decided we would code the robot to stay in the special zone. The special zone is the blue area on the left-hand side of the screen. To activate our code to force the robot to stay in the special zone, first we made a code for normal exploration on the non-special zone areas. Secondly, we made a code to change the state of the robot to signal for the robot to activate the blue floor prison code. This code would be activated if the robot was carrying less than 2 objects and sensed the special zone floor. On the right, you can see that if the robot had sensed the special zone, it would change its state so that the robot would do different actions than normal. This special zone or blue floor prison code would trap the robot in the special zone. Those objects in the prison are worth extra points, and both cyan and red objects are found in the special zone. Thus, if we picked up a few black objects along the way, we could get a lot of points very quickly. First, if the robot's color sensor sensed the white floor while it was still active in the blue floor, and the robot had not picked up more than 5 objects, it would U-turn and go back into the special zone. If the robot had picked up more than 5 objects, it would be able to escape the blue floor prison. On the left here, you can see when the robot has more than 5 objects, it will change its state to to normal. On the right, you can see if the robot sends the white floor and that if the loaded objects was not more than 5, it would U-turn away from the white zone. You can see this in action with this video. After depositing this, my robot is now heading straight for the special zone. Aha! Now it is trapped in it. As the objects in the special zone are worth more points, the robot can gather many points in a span of a few seconds. Now it has picked up more than 5 objects. You can see here in our next video, the robot has managed to escape from its prison and is now depositing of many points. You can see that as it has deposited one type of every object, it got a point bonus. Despite coding, the robot did not always perform as expected, usually due to typing errors or wrong sequence of program or time issues. Whenever the robot did not perform as expected, we would run it through a program debugging to check what was wrong. A team of Korean researchers was so fascinated by chameleons that they made a robotic one with a skin that changes color on demand. This artificial electronic skin of the robot adjusts its hues instantly and automatically to match the background colors the robot crawls over. This invention, detailed today in the journal Nature Communications, is one of the first devices to change color and patterns based on its environment. This robot chameleon is like our program, in that when our robot senses the blue special zone, it will change its code, similar to how the robot chameleon would change its color when it was on different colored terrains. Although our code can pick up many objects with the special zone code, it still has a lot of trouble trying to get to the deposit zone. If we had more time to work on the challenge, we would try to collect 2 sets of red, cyan, and black objects to collect more points at each deposit. We would also try to learn more about some of the other different commands and possible strategies and try to figure out an algorithm to get to the deposit zones easier. We have learned that CoSpace Rescue is not easy to program. Working virtually with a partner is difficult, as Simu and I had a lot of trouble trying to coordinate times where we could work on the code together. And a good program requires time, effort, practice, and lots of patience and perseverance to problem solve and to keep trying to improve the code. We also learned that watching previous RCAP Academy videos helps, and that we learned small coding and robotic skills. Most of all, we learned that teamwork is very important. Thank you for listening to our explanation.